All
Don't tell
right.
me you're getting a Minecraft update.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna record this too onto my hard drive just in case YouTube stream isn't
It
working.
is a bit. It is slightly laggy.
Yeah, like
It's slightly
it's
laggy.
not fucking working at all. It's not doing any upload bit rate. This has been with my fucking Comcast for a few days too. But
Fucking
whatever. I'm just gonna
technology,
record
man.
this raw and I'll upload the raw video too. It doesn't
I'm really
matter.
surprised that more internet companies have been shot up in America actually, because they go and shoot at post office and shit. Why don't they go shoot at
Oh,
ISPs?
you don't like your upload speed? Oh, jeez. We're the only fiber unlimited plan in town. Oh. So anyway, looks like my broadcast busted. That's cool. I'll just let it try to reconnect here and do its own thing. But I'll take the raw file and we'll put it on YouTube. That's all that matters. Live people, they can come and go as they please. But right off the rip, lot has happened since the last podcast. We're gonna skim over a lot of stuff. We're gonna be relating old things that we've experienced in relation to current events to kind of give people a not maybe a reminder, but a kind of refreshing course on Halo history. So the first thing that's going on right now is that we have Royal 2 getting caught not turning off his geofilter for the online Halo qualifiers. And his
Would
official.
you explain to the audience and actually me what is a geofilter exactly?
So
I
it's
don't.
essentially you're using a modem or a router and you're not allowing your Xbox or whatever gaming platform that you're on to connect to anything other than what.
You're breaking up. I can.
What?
Hey, should we retry the call because it's very laggy, both for you?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Keep the stream going. To retry the call. Let's reconnect it.
Yeah. Let's see here. It says
All right.
14
I'll
and a half.
disconnect.
Okay.
Are you lagging?
Camera working.
Is it just me or you? Like, what's going on? I got the
Focus.
stream live. Seems to be
There we
going
go.
fine. Kinda. I don't know. My bit rate's been shit recently. Let me go check something on my modem.
He's gonna go beat his Asian slave and give some dog food.
Looking good, bro. Fucking hair grows like fucking weeds on you. That's my
I know,
skinhead.
John Gotti, mate. Not a skinhead anymore.
I know. This shit grew like a fucking like a month ago.
Yeah, I know. Yours looks much
You
better
got
than
you
that.
got you got to keep it going, man.
Oh no.
So-
I'll be like, honestly,
so-
I'll be like the fucking Teflon Don, mate. That's all the Italian shit, man.
Feel it?
So I don't know what's going on with my fucking internet, but the call's working. All this shit's working on whatever. So Royal 2 got caught essentially not turning off his geofilter, which was he's from Canada, so it's forcing host into Seattle, and all the other players for every game were having high ping due to their, different locations on the US. And usually
It was an
343's
online
servers.
tournament, then.
What?
It was an online tournament. Then.
Yeah, exactly. So this is one of the problems that comes with having online tournaments.
Yeah.
Well, what ended up happening is like 8 out of 10 games or whatever were on that host. So he had some internal investigation done by Tashi and the boys, and they found that he had a geofilter, and it was unfair for the other teammates. Now, back in the day on game battles, what we used to do is you used to have to trade host for the lobby every so many games or whatever, and whoever has the highest seed or whatever gets first
On Halo
host.
3, that construct map, didn't they, to check the host?
Yeah, exactly. You could shoot the Sentinels or the Birds and Guardian. There's all kinds of ways to check it. But nowadays, I didn't think that there was any. There was something fishy going on in terms of like you could blame 343 for this. I don't know, but they were having a lot of trouble getting the matches set up properly during the tournament. And there was like 10-minute delays in between matches sometimes. Might have been to do with the geofilter, like kind of barring people from getting connections or whatever. But beyond that, this has been a thing, and like this is why I laugh so much when I hear about these stories, because bridging host has been a thing since the dawn of Halo. I mean, there was people back in the day from 2004, 2005 doing this from places like Seven Sins forums and everywhere that teach you step by step how to do it.
If you basically back in the day, if you had like a rank
The bot on Halo 2, didn't you?
over mid 35, 36 out of 50, you were doing something. You were bridging hosts. You were
Oh,
you
yeah.
were
Yeah.
And
Standby.
a lot of the times,
basically if you had like a 40, it was like No, they were always written off as cheaters or like you do something, but basically all the best people I knew who played were in like the high 30s. If you just didn't do anything, no
Was
type
that
of
before the rank reset or after?
This is after.
Oh, after, yeah. I got legit 44 Rumble Pit after the reset. Before that, my highest level was like 16. It was so
You got
anybody
you
who
got
got
lucky to get a 44, but then again, that was Rumble. That was a team. This was like notorious in teams because
Yeah.
everyone wanted, you know,
Yeah.
rank up together. So it was really a bad thing, and that's what I was mainly playing back in the day. Was a lot of team, a lot of the hardcore, before LG, whatever.
Right.
But
There's a
another thing I wanted to touch on the whole host thing was, I mean, even like outside of having the online tournaments, host has been an advantage, and we all know this. Host has been an advantage, especially in Halo 2. That's being some old school Halo 2 players, some boomers. It's always been an advantage. And shit, if you look back, I mean, and I don't want to like, throw dirt on his name, but even Karma from back in the day, a lot of people don't realize, but the reason why he was the FFA champion for Halo 2 was that if you won the last tournament, you got to keep host for the next one.
Yep.
And everybody knows on Halo 2 how the host works for free for all.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that as well. Even offline, there is a host advantage, even though it's smaller.
Yeah.
That's what I was sitting on. It's like, yeah, even offline, there's been host advantage. Even since the beginning of, a competitive Halo, there's been an advantage to that host.
Yeah, that's the basics of networking at the end of the day. That's for all games too. Like it can be on LAN, it can be online. Host advantage is real, especially in Halo with a battle rifle being 3 little packets, and if you're not dropping packets, you're not dropping shots, kind of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a huge deal for that. But
what do you guys think was the strongest host in any of the games? I always thought it was Halo 3 for team stuff.
I'd say Halo 2, just because like a
Halo
BR
2
fight,
FFA, I'd say, definitely.
like a cross map, like BR3 to S2 BR fight, Halo 2 host is like, that's like my gold standard for determining, like, I don't know, that's just me though, that's just an opinion.
Look out, someone's on BR tower, someone's on Snipe tower, and you just shoot them.
Yeah, it's like,
Whoever has host.
yeah, if you're off host, you don't even bother going snipe, you just try to take BR tower like as hard as you can.
Yeah.
But
Halo 2, you could be a one-man. Halo 3 competitive settings was more about team shots. It just
positioning.
Yeah, but on host in Halo 3,
on
host in Halo 3, you don't have to lead as much, and like you could fuck people up with it.
What in H3?
Yeah, I think on LAN, you really could destroy people on host. Like, and you didn't see a lot of Halo 2. Obviously, the host is a massive thing in FFAs, but in team gaze, it was. I never saw it abused as much as it was in Halo 3. I don't think, anyway.
Yeah, even on MCC, I've noticed on LAN when I play at the LAN center, like with some of the people.
Drink Goat, man.
But yeah, some of the things I've noticed, like whoever's hosting the match, even on MCC, you can tell on LAN that there's a significant advantage for shot. I feel like velocity and how fast it interacts with server time. But beyond that, Royal 2, what he's doing essentially, this is my biggest. This is why I don't really hold this against him. 343 has failed to provide any sort of connection, like throttling to like, hey, I don't want to play over 60 ping. There's all kinds of ways that Infinite has kind of screwed players over into forcing high ping onto players. There's no way for anybody to like, hey, I only want to play West US or like East US or whatever that we have in MCC. So yeah, like professional players that are trying to grind their CSR, yeah, they're going to bridge host so that they have low latency. Now, I think it's every gamer's right to play on servers with low latency. Maybe not host, but at least low latency. I'm talking like sub 60 should just be fine for everybody. Oh man, there goes my camera.
For God's sake, guys, it's 2021. Who still has fucking shit internet? Like,
how's host decided on Halo 5 then? Oh, sorry, on Halo Infinite.
We just lost Blake.
No, I'm still here. I'm still here. It's just my camera freezes every now and then. But I got it. I feel like since we don't have that option, like yeah, Royal 2 probably was grinding out his rank with his geofilter on. What's up?
How was host decided on Infinite?
I don't, like I said, man, I haven't really been playing the multiplayer too much for 2 main reasons. Going back to this whole host advantage thing, the hackers in this game are rampant, bro. Like, it is really bad. As bad as Call of Duty right now.
Yeah, the auto aim guys. I've seen that. Have you been watching those? What was that single Halo clips or whatever?
Yep.
And then they'll have like the POV of the fucking guy that's cheating, and it's just like they're not even aiming within 10 feet of them. They're just shooting their general area, and it's just perfect, perfect. I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, those hacks are called soft aim, in which you can aim anywhere and it'll send the bullet to where it needs to go in the game. So a lot of soft aim hacks. God damn this camera. Son of a bitch. Hold on. I'm just
Trying to
changing.
jerk off, for fuck's sake. Come on, Blake.
Soft aim, you can call it whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Fuck it, here. We'll just use this camera, whatever.
Cheating like shit, bro. These guys are getting perfect fucking kills, and it's bullshit. It ruins the game.
Yeah, and this...
I started playing the game. I'm like, oh my god, is everybody the next fucking pro here or what? And then I started realizing that people just aren't missing their shots because they're just straight up cheating.
Yeah,
like,
and it's a plague.
You got that going on. I know what 343 is trying to do. They're trying to consolidate everyone from Xbox and everyone from PC and everyone from everywhere, and not have these ping blocks and have all this stuff, because they're trying to concentrate everyone into one community. That way they can make it look like they got more players playing their game.
Yes, Call of Duty does the same thing.
It's just a numbers game. Just like, let's just drop the fence on everything, let everybody in, and let's just get everybody in the same room. And it's unfortunate because, if they could have done something like this, for MCC, I mean, look at H2. You got people on Project Cartographer. You got people that were on fucking, MCC. You got people on
Classic 360 Xbox servers and stuff.
Yeah, you got people on 360. So you got people playing the same game, but they're playing it on 3-4 different platforms.
Yeah.
So because of it, it diluted the hell out of the game and of the community,
Also,
anyways, that was my 2 cents on that. I'm gonna go on a fucking 2.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the splintering of the community has to do with David Garza's incompetence in programming the game, even in general. I mean, we all remember the weeks at a time that we were having those projectile glitches. We were having, rockets killing our teammates as they're flying out like underneath them randomly, and grenades and naded. Getting that Kilimanjaro, shooting a shotgun into the floor.
Those montages, he always finds a way to exploit the glitches in the game. The more patches that 343 came out with, the more content they'll had.
I mean, for those of you that don't know, Bo is he invented the icicle jump, essentially. He popularized the fuck out of it. Like, so yeah, people like Bo, people like Uncut Fighter, there's all kinds of people in the Halo community that are just dedicated, twisted. Everybody, Exotica with the button combo she just found recently. Like, we love breaking these games apart and like really diving in and understanding what the game is at like the foundational level of code, like down to every frame. And like with Halo Infinite, I feel like because it's a free-to-play game, we're going to have a lot more hackers that are just, I call them rage hackers, because they're the guys that Bo clipped on MCC that are finally coming back to try to like feel good about themselves in the game. They're like, oh yeah, now that I got my aimbot, I'm going to show them like of all these years and me getting slapped around. So there's a lot of shit that goes on and involved with that. But to finish my point on the standbying and bridging stuff, well, not standby, but the whole bridging thing, is if 343 wants to make this not common, what they need to do is get like they have an MCC. You need to be able to select what regions you'd like to play in. And Royal 2's explanation for why he was doing it was that he forgot to turn it off during the tournament.
Blake, one sec. You said he's Canadian, isn't he?
Right.
He's Canadian. He's Canadian, right?
Yeah, Goat, your voice cutting out. What'd you say, man?
I said, so he keeps it on all the time. That's good to know.
Yeah, well, I mean, since he's from Canada, yeah, he was saying in his explanation that he gets shit servers.
Benefit the American players if he's from Canada?
It benefits him because he's from there and he has host.
But how's it benefiting his teammates?
It doesn't. It only benefits him mostly. But he this is why I believe that he just left it on accident. Like, I do stupid shit like this all the time. I'll forget to turn something off or whatever. Whether it be like Oh yeah, I'm at work and I'm doing updates on a bunch of computers. Oh whoops, I forgot to take them out of maintenance mode once I was done. Like just
I've seen G0atman do it before. Whoops, I forgot to turn off my child porn download. I've seen him do that shit before.
God damn.
You know?
So
Downloads.
So I believe him. I think that it was just an honest mistake, and you know he was so tournament minded he wasn't really thinking about all the other minor things that he does for the game. But I mean, he shouldn't have to do that. You know, he should have the ability when he's playing on his own to just select what servers he wants to play on. All of us should. So I do think it's a little harsh suspending him from the tournament for it because, I mean, yeah, it's against the rule book and all that, but at the end of the day, we have to look at the mens rea of things, like the intent, and it's not like he was bridging to stand by the other fucking team into blue screen. You know what I mean? Like, big deals. The number 1 seed had host for the majority of games. Okay, well, like we said earlier, back in the day, if you won the FFA, you kept host. So, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really get too mad, honestly, because, like, from where I come from, like, you earned that host, essentially. And, like, he's proven time and time again on LAN that he's a great player. There's no reason to demonize the guy. But
is there no way that 343 can make can patch in like kind of like what they do? I think it's what am I thinking of? What platform has it where you can do neutral host?
oh,
And
dedicated
basically you
servers,
just-
Counter-Strike and shit.
Yeah, well, you make like a 9th player, right? That's in like a
The spectator, and they leave. Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah, I remember that back in the day.
like a spectator that has host, and then basically it's 2 teams playing against each other, but then you have like there's got to be a way they could patch that in where basically they have it where it's neutral.
Well, here's
And no one has-
here's my fix to it, which you don't even need another player in
Because
there.
we were doing that in MCC whenever someone's like 1v1 me, bro. Well, okay. And so we would have a 3rd player come in, like go out of the map or something, have host, and then like now we're gonna 1v1.
Right.
Yeah.
None of us have hosts. Then it's just 1v1.
So-
Nobody's host.
Here's my take on it.
They
And
had that thing on Guardian, didn't they? Where it was you had teams watching on the things on the outside of the map.
yeah, so you're not
and
blocking
neutral
spawns or
host, I remember
anything.
that.
Yeah. That was the
Yeah.
whole point of
So
it.
you just
Never
do
liked,
out of the-
I hated that when people watching me play though. It always put me off.
Well, here's my fix to it, and this is what other gaming companies are doing. Your mic's cut now, bud.
You don't like it when somebody watches
Well, I like when you watch through my window. Latin King.
from the
As
window?
fast as steaming up, we go like that really fast.
So hear me out, guys. Hear me out real quick. So Counter-Strike and all these other companies, they offer this thing called private dedicated servers, in which you can pay to rent a private server, and you can find, like, you want it in the Midwest, you can get it in the Midwest. You want it East Coast, you can get it there. But these servers have a few things that are unique about them that make them really, really good for competitive. Now, if you look into servers, they're just a computer, right? And they're doing per second X amount of calculations about the game. Now, as the games become more complex, the higher you're going to want these, they're called tick rates, right? Halo is really cool for MCC. Even though the net code isn't great, I respect the fuck out of them for having what is called 60 tick rate servers for their multiplayer experience. So there's 60 calculations per second by this server. It can process a lot. Now, if you go to somewhere like Call of Duty Warzone or Fortnite, you're looking at the low 20s, like at 30 best for tick rates. That's why you see, like in Call of Duty, like a lot of people be behind cover and they're still getting shot, like desync issues, things like that. Halo Infinite,
That's massive in the Infinite though, isn't it? The desync stuff.
yeah, no, I don't know. I don't see. This is the thing. I don't know the tick rate for their servers. I'm gonna guess it's 60, but I know that their net code is shit because it's, well, written by inexperienced people. At least from what I would consider what a competitive AAA title would require. Now, Counter-Strike allows you to rent these private servers. You can host your own tournaments on them, and it's a neutral host because it's its own dedicated server. Everybody joins the server. The spectator is then a server rather than a personal computer, so you're getting way better clocking times. Microsoft can afford this, and I don't want to fucking hear any goddamn bullshit about how they can't afford or can't figure out this shit, because Valorant, independent company, just came out of nowhere, just programmed in 60 hertz and like
Who's
144
Valorant made by?
hertz
That's not
servers.
Blizzard, is it?
What's up?
Who's Valorant made by?
Valorant is Riot, I believe, one of the companies that Riot owns. But there's servers that you can rent for competitive games that are at 144 tick rate. So it's like double in sum of MCCs. 60 is great, but when you do like frame by frame comparisons of people peeking out of corners and shit, the 144 is just so goddamn buttery smooth. So rather than having this like miasmic fucking our skill-based matchmaking, like, you know, ping allocation shit that we've designed at 343 because we're so big brained. No, man, just get a dedicated 144 server and just have the players play on that. I mean, you can close it off so you can join it by password. You won't have people joining mid-game like we saw during some of the fucking open bracket. Like,
How does that work with the different like generations of consoles and PC and stuff like that? Does it cause problems or?
well, Xbox Live would be the host ideally, because they're the ones that are, you know, working with everything in terms of Halo's cross compatibility. So I'd put it on Xbox Live and Microsoft to fucking do what their competitors are already doing and beating them at. The reason why Valorant blew up so much was because the competitive scene from Counter-Strike, the netcode and the anti-cheat from them are just so like prioritized in their company's mottos that like it's just respectable. It's very respectable.
Well, with CS, they keep the integrity of the game because in the majority of tournaments they have, even if they're third party ones, they're always regulated stuff. It's very rare where something's fucked up. You know what I mean? It's always a standard.
Yeah, and if somebody does get caught cheating, like that one guy from India, like on site,
Yeah,
they will go
taken.
up and slap their fucking hands as they're going through the computer to find the fucking
What was that
files.
thing? They actually got on stream or whatever. They're going through it and had that thing, was it word.exe?
Yeah,
That was just like an aimbot. Like,
Yeah.
fuck's sake.
fucking idiot.
Imagine that. His poor teammates, because that was
They
Optic,
looked at him
wasn't
like
it?
they wanted to strangle him.
They left. They disbanded their India thing after that.
Yeah,
So his decision to do that fucked over so many people.
fucked over an entire org. And I respect Optic's my favorite fucking team, so that guy's a piece of shit, bro. Like I hated how he tarnished that fucking name. But I digress. 144 tick rate, dedicated servers, rentable for people like me or Penn Halo or whoever else that throws tournaments. Like if they wanted to do online qualifiers for their LANs or something, like that should be accessible in today's modern gaming age because it's already being done by the competitors. There's no reason not to keep up with them other than, I guess you could say, arrogance.
What was Infinite's budget to make this fucking game? You know,
Man.
you guys remember what the budget was? It was something crazy.
500 million, something like that.
$500 million, and they can't have a neutral host. I mean, you guys got to realize this is coming from like, you know, the fathers of rehashed bullshit, fucking, you know, half-ass work. Like when they made Halo 2 Anniversary, all they did was take Halo 4 and modify it. It's literally Halo 4. If nobody knows that, it's the same fucking scoreboard, the same menu, and everything.
Same engine,
You know,
essentially.
Yeah. And how many years did it take to make it?
Yeah. So that's
6 years, 7 years.
I feel like the budget all went to campaign. Honestly, I feel like they
Was the campaign
scrapped it.
good?
Oh my god, I fucking love the campaign, bro. I'm straight addicted to this shit.
Halo
Man, your
it's
mic's
fucking a
going
modded Halo 5.
Yeah, Zeke, your mic's cutting out a little bit. What was that?
Okay. I said all Halo Infinite is a modded Halo 5, just like all Halo 2 Anniversary is a modded Halo 4. They use the same fucking engine. That's why.
Halo 5 and Infinite, they were going to use it, but they scrapped it and they recreated. It's called Slipspace Engine. They had to build it from the ground up, and I feel like with, you know, the modern hires and everything, like they blew through that budget just doing that on its own. And like they built it the way that they only knew how to build, which was similar to their previous engine. So it's like it seems like it's brand new, but they just did the same thing with more money.
Yeah, it's damn near the same game.
Yeah.
You know, like when you played the Halo CE and then you played Halo 2 and then you played Halo 3, all of them
different.
artistically felt different. They all moved different.
Yep.
The physics were different. The everything was different. None of those three games are nothing alike the other one. But when I've been playing some of these more modern games,
Yep.
I just feel like it's almost like playing Call of Duty. You feel like you're playing the same fucking game. It's just a different map. And, you know, your hand looks a little different, and the gun you're holding looks a little different, but
That's why,
plays
yeah.
damn near the same.
It feels like
And,
5 to me.
you don't feel like you're playing a whole new experience. You feel like you're playing the same shit now.
Yep.
And I just feel like maybe, you know, it's at that point now where they just don't know where to take it from here. You know, like where do they go
In
from
regards
here?
to the multiplayer.
What the multiplayer?
Are you talking about the campaign or the multiplayer?
Just the game in general. Both.
The game in general, but from all I've experienced on Infinite was the multiplayer. So I was so disgusted with the way it played already that I shut it off.
So I'll say this about it. I fucking absolutely love the campaign. I think it's super well designed. It's a great story. The art is like Halo 3 if it was more detailed. Like it feels like I'm playing a classic Halo campaign. Now, what I have to say about it though is that the multiplayer I think is suffering because, like I said earlier, most of the money went into the campaign of this game. It is fucking huge. It's immaculate, but the gun balance is balanced for campaign enemies. I think that they're gonna need some time to adjust the online weapon variance damage to balance it out versus Spartans, because the way that the game works in campaign, like when I use the Mangler and everything, I'm like, oh, this makes fucking sense. Like, okay, this Ravager, wow, this really, yeah. So it's like when I'm decoding the guns in campaign, it just like clicks, like it makes so much sense. But when I go in multiplayer, I'm like, this thing's fucking useless, or like this gun does way too much damage, or like this and that. So I feel like they might have rushed the whole multiplayer aspect while they spent most of their time on campaign. And it's just like the old Halo titles. I'm hoping that they follow Bungie's footsteps and do some patches in which like they augment the damage and maybe the recoil or the clamber punishment. Like there's things that they can do over the next few months to really dial it in. So I feel like most of the dialing was only done versus PvE, which I'm really enjoying. They did a great fucking job. It's so fun, but like when I go into multiplayer with all the hackers and the fucking guns, like there's no BR starts and free for all. I'm not drawn towards it. Like I feel no reason to play it.
Yeah.
And like usually with Halo games, I'm fucking addicted. Like when they released fucking 3 and 2, you couldn't, or even Reach. Like you'd have to fucking my dad would have to pry me off the fucking console just to go to breakfast with grandma, you know? Like
Yeah, he said that.
Nowadays I'm like, oh fuck yeah, can I come over, grandma? Like I'm bored.
Tell you stories of me being addicted to just sitting there and playing.
Oh yeah. And it's like, you know it's good if it's addicting, then you know it's good. Like it has
to. You know the game's good when you fall asleep with the controller.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been in lobbies with Goatman, fell asleep on midship FFAs. I've straight up swear to God I have.
Yeah, it happens, man.
Yeah. Right, let me check the chat real quick here.
It's a quiet snore. It's quite like you know, his phone sex lines. He's like one of those. It's very like sensual snorer.
You can say I charge people for that, but you haven't.
All right, nothing in the chat, so we're doing all right. Everyone's just saying hi. Okay, so let's go on to the next topic here that I got. So Sentinels is going to be moved, unfortunately, to the open bracket due to the geofiltering issue that happened. And this means they're going to have to compete through everybody. And with Royal 2 off of the team, they have actually picked up Formal. So Formal was going against them in this qualifier. Now he's going to be on their team fighting through the open bracket. I respect it of him, you know, doing that. I think it's a proving ground almost to all these new age players to see what some older Halo pros have up their sleeves. So it's going to be just like back in the day. There's this term that we used to have called getting bracket fucked. So there's going to be a bunch of kids that are going to their first Halo event. I mean, these are some of the most sold out events ever. It's like, hey, welcome to Halo, bitch.
I've seen that firsthand at some events, man, where fucking 4 fucking souls get teamed up against, you know, some fucking 8 pro team. They just get rolled on.
Yeah, it's like a new roster, but it's like fresh Halo 3, so nobody has fucking pro points. So it's just these immaculate rosters. Dude, no joke. I still hold a record for fucking fastest heat completion for first round open bracket. We went against these fucking poor like 12, 13-year-old kids that came with like their parents, and like, bro, like we were fucking sweating our balls off like harder. Like we there was a crowd watching and shit. So like we had something to prove. And like our pit game, our first game was I think pit CTF, and we ended up 3-0-ing them, but it was like I think a minute 46 or something, because we had like all of our scrims and shit. We had practiced the green box jump and like where everybody needs to be, our open break.
Yeah.
I've got fucking videos on my TikTok of this like nerdy double nade that I throw right off the rip that lands on their sniper. Like, bro, like these kids were like fucking devastated. But like at the end of the day, we all have gone through that. Like we were all 13-12 at one point going into a ranked lobby and getting fucking slapped up by like, you know, a stack of 4 and whatever. So, you know, with these events, I I'm glad that Sentinels is going to go. I mean, it sucks, but I'm glad that there's going to be some action in the open brackets, man, because most people are just going to be looking at pool play and shit. Now there's going to be something to watch for the spectators while they're there.
Full thing, isn't it?
What?
How many teams are there for it? It's a full thing, isn't it?
Oh shit, yeah. Team passes are sold out. It's like 200 and something, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah, so it's going to be. If this game doesn't fucking perform well, do you guys have any idea how long your tournament is gonna fucking take if they can't get a match started within 5 minutes? Our brackets back in the day, you had one bathroom break allocated, and you could only call one. It was for 5 minutes. If you weren't back on the 5 minute mark, the game starts without you. And if it was,
you just gotta piss in the cup, man.
Yeah, you just gotta bring your little cup.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. But so that's going to be something for the spectators to watch. I think that's really cool that's going to be something that they can go cheer them on, because there's going to be a big mob behind the open bracket, like just at each station as they rotate to, just following them around. It's going to be cool to watch. Formal's on the team.
Dark horse, you reckon?
What?
He's a dark horse in a tournament.
Yeah.
Who's a dark horse in a tournament, like a team?
I know. I'm thinking. I'm like I said in our last episode. I think that I really think that Australian team, NutriBullet, aka whatever their new team name is, like those guys are still grinding. They're getting better. I've been watching a lot of their streams. I think that they're going to be a huge upset for a lot of teams, thinking that it's just going to be a U.S. dominated bracket. So
where are they from then?
They're from Australia, New Zealand. Those brackets.
Oh, okay,
so they won their quals. The only one team was able to qualify for that whole region. Because like the U.S. we got 8. What?
I said, imagine competing against Australia.
Yeah.
They're really good, man. I'd watching this stuff and I'm like, damn, man, like these kids are fucking grinding out there.
Well, some of those Australians are, mate. Like, you remember G0atman was, especially Curtis, who was known to be the RBX guy back in the day. Like he perfected it. The TSW Curtis. I think it's
That's who inspires me for mine, bro. No joke. I remember him.
Yeah.
Never underestimate the Australians.
Don't sleep on them Australians. Like Frenetic Arraign, maybe one of the best montages ever.
Sure. Fuck, that's coming from Bo, dude. Holy fuck, dude.
I fucking love that.
Aren't you getting consistently voted for best montages from the Halo forum or something right now?
Oh no, they've
on
got
Twitter
that the contest thing on, but
yeah.
If I had to pick. Sorry, go man. Go on.
Dude, I have so many clips, and I don't know what the fuck to do with it. I gotta find an edit. I need to find somebody to actually
put them in the community montage that we never got around to.
No, this stuff is like.
You message Ernest again to finish stuff.
Oh, is he editing?
I might get Chris to do it. He makes good content. I like his shit.
Is it me or is Goat's voice cracking out?
Goat's voice is
okay.
Going back.
Could you say who was that you said that made good montages?
Ernest. Twisted.
Yeah, Twisted and who else?
Twisted's good. I like VA Blackhawk.
That's who it was. All right, I couldn't hear what you said.
I like his. I feel like some of his not to go too far off the topic, but I feel like some of his like the actual gameplay is a little too saturated. His coloring, but his editing is like crazy. Like his like the way he does his intros, the way he does all that crazy shit.
Yeah.
Who was Gunshot's editor back in the day that did the
Zeus?
Zeus?
No, who what montage?
It was the one when he had Rectifier by Raw as one of the songs.
Yeah, you say Gunshot?
Yeah, it was Gunshot.
Well, that was Kiwi.
Oh, Kiwi, that's right, man. That guy was so ahead of his time. My God. I loved his intros.
Dude, GTS. Remember GTS?
GTS the best ever. GTS the best ever.
Yeah, GTS editing is. If anybody can ever get a hold of that guy, I would pay him.
Well, did you see that thing? Did you see that thing where he re-edited my old Halo 2 stuff? We passed around last year, but the sword stuff. It's like unbelievable.
Yo, you got to link me that. I'd love to watch that.
If somebody can get a hold of this guy, speak a whole.
Go. Your mic is like completely gone.
It's gone?
It was for that whole sentence you just said. There was nothing.
I just said if somebody can get a hold of GTS, that would be awesome because I got the video for him to make.
Hell yeah.
But
I suck at editing. I need to hire an editor. I mean, I don't. I mean, I can put something together, but damn, the standards, like, I am nothing, bro. Like, these people are
To
gods.
do it yourself, to do it for yourself is always the best thing. Always.
Yeah, you always get what you're imagining, you know. I mean, I
Just
wish I
out
was
there,
better
please,
so I could do
all
cooler stuff,
please.
but.
So,
All right, so formal, officially on Sentinels, probably just for one tournament. Boo Boo Doo Boo just got signed to FaZe Clan. It's so funny because KX and I were talking about this, like, right when they won Anaheim, like, in 2020. I just remember KX and I being on the phone, and he was like, yeah, man, it's only a matter of time before these fucking orgs try to come stealing the roster. And I was like, yeah, I know, like, if anything, like, I predicted this. I was like, Boo Boo is going to get on fucking FaZe if FaZe chooses to come through. Like, they will notice him.
But he was always someone who was, you know, I didn't really follow the pro stuff, but he was always something that you saw mentioned everywhere.
Yeah,
I think it was really like a hot commodity.
When you watch the Anaheim games, when he's playing Sank, this kid is like hovering with a jetpack, like smacking heads cross map on the tiniest little slits of angles, man. He's a monster at fucking angles. And like with the sniper with it too, like him and Eco were the most dominant like showcase of sniping, I think, for that whole tournament. So I was like, you know, like he's young, he's got that look, he's got the snipe, he's got the head, you know. So like FaZe is gonna be all over this kid. Like as soon as they get back into Infinite, boom, you see him with a selfie with a FaZe sweater on.
2 minutes ago, he was I was like, yeah,
Go
Your mic is fucked, brother.
Can you talk maybe at the screen? Maybe it's like going past the mic or something.
Are you using the mic that's built in, or the one that you use for your OnlyFans? Go man.
Hold on. Let me plug my OnlyFans headset.
Yeah, and then if you can change your source through the little icons on Discord.
This is where the magic happens.
Yeah, show us that raised stick, boy. Look at that double claw, son. What do you know about that double claw, son?
That's how I hope.
We got some freaks in here.
It's my fucking controller.
Oh, great. Here we go. All right. We're all getting them out. Let's all whip them out, boys.
What are you talking about, man? You got a fucking nerd shit. Fucking nerd shit. All about that one.
Show out the claw. And then you can't see them on the back. I got 1, 2, and 3 all pressing buttons.
Bro, I shoot with my left hand, though. I shoot with my left hand.
Goat's left-handed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look at Bo. Look at that reach with that claw, dude.
Oh, you see this?
Bo, are you using the top part of your finger for your claw when you're shooting? Or are you using the center part?
I use the middle finger.
Oh my god, I thought you were using the top part of your middle finger.
No, this one here for this.
Oh yeah, I was saying like this.
I can quad shot like that, see?
I use my fingernail. Like
your
the
fingernail?
very tip of my finger.
Psycho.
Shoot.
You psycho.
Yeah. And also, I don't know if you can tell, but you see right here, you see this white piece?
Yeah.
That's Velcro. I added that because I'm using my fingernail. My fingernail keeps slipping. So I put a piece of Velcro there. That way I can kind of get some kind of grip.
Dude, watch all these kids at Rayleigh show up with Velcro on their fucking controllers.
So as you could,
I'll tell you what,
No batteries.
Goatman, see my old controller. Blake, I'll show you this one.
Yeah.
I'll show
You see
you
this
this
grip right here?
All right.
You notice?
Yeah.
I have a rubberized grip here and a rubberized grip here, right?
Yeah.
You see that?
Yep. I've got that built in on my Elite. You can't
That's
see it.
because I rest my hand on that grip because I hold my controller like this.
Because we're sweating so hard.
Man, you've seen this shit before.
Oh my god, look at that.
Use that one up to Death Machine 3, this one.
What?
So you see that? Look.
You got a band-aid on it.
It comes literally, yeah. Got surgical tape on it, mate. Like, it's fucked. Like, absolutely fucked.
See, it's not.
But the aim there, the aim on this is so sensitive. The problem is on this one, like, if you look close, it hasn't got the like,
Oh
thing
yeah,
on it
yeah.
compared to that one. The movement's a bit annoying, but the snipe on this one's amazing.
Yeah.
Bit of drift, That's why I had to get a new one, because when I'm trying to snipe, I'm trying to line it up.
Yeah, it'll do left, up, down. Yeah.
Retard. So
Goat.
Throwing it.
Goat, show us the drift, bro. Goat's got the most drift of any player.
I mean, I can show you the drift on here, but if you ever watch me play on Twitch, if I don't like hold down my right thumbstick, it just turns.
Yeah. Also, you snipe different because you're a precision player. Like you're very precise with every shot that you take.
Goatman holds at angles. He ain't flashy, but he's a better sniper than me.
Yeah.
Because he don't fucking play about.
I'm a better sniper than Hyena.
In like games that matter, you are. If we were playing like ranked like level 50 and it's 49, I'd give you the sniper.
Yeah, that's saying a lot, man. I actually appreciate that, because I mean, I consider you one of the best snipers I've ever seen. That fucking 2v2 frenzy that you got at the end of one of your montages, remember that?
You're cutting out a little bit, buddy.
The 2v2 lockout one.
Yeah, the 2v2 lockout one, where you hit that fucking beat. You were on S1 and you jump up and you hit that.
Yeah, he was on open ramp, yeah.
Open ramp BR2. Oh my god, bro!
Bro, you timed the fucking spawn protection on that shot. Like, not only is that angle insane, but you timed the spawn protection with your jump. Like, that's fucking insane, dude.
I don't usually scream at clips, but I screamed at that one.
Yeah, well, fucking, if there was ever a clip, I screamed at it. Jesus Christ, dude. It's insane.
I fucking shared when I saw that fucking clip.
Fuck. In twos.
I was like, well, back to the drawing board. Fucking my clips in my fucking hard drive. Delete. He's a new fucking standard now. Shit.
And that's the tragedy of Infinite.
Guys, I go to the toilet, is that alright?
What's up?
What's up?
I might just go for a piss real quick and I'll come
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah, I need to take a piss too.
Yeah. So it's the tragedy of Infinite.
Can we get an intermission?
I'll just ramble. You guys are good. I'm a smoke and ramble here. So that's the tragedy of Halo Infinite, is that there's not going to be those moments of timing like that. That Bo timed that. Like, you guys don't understand. There was like no time left on the multi-kill timer for the next medal to pop up. Like, it's 3 seconds flat. Like Halo Infinite, now that we're adding all these seconds, sure, like the average player can get more higher kills more frequently, but for montaging, man, I feel like there needs to be a timer. Like the new montaging, there's going to be a 3 second like post-production timer over the fucking multi-kills. And it's going to just pop up the old school medals like with its own like After Effects effect, and like we're not even going to edit out the other medals, like, because they're could be irrelevant. But if we imposed Mr. Downs' voice over each of the medals as they pop up, oh man, I think that's how we're gonna save Halo Infinite montaging. We're gonna have a physical fucking timer that shows. But then again, then you can't do like fast forward angles and shit. Oh god, look what they did to us, man. Look what they did to us. But with that being said, Boo Boo Doo Boo, fucking so stoked that he's on FaZe. Really awesome. If anybody in the Halo community at a tournament level deserves it, I think he does. I mean, he's a really great competitor. But now that Goat's back, since we're both FFA aficionados, what do you think of them launching Halo Infinite's free-for-all playlist today with AR starts with pistol and no rank?
I think.
Oh, can you put on that headset, by the way? Because the audio is hella choppy.
Okay, well, I'm not. Hold on.
Okay. All right. So yeah, for those of you that don't know, the settings that are coming out for now are unranked, no battle rifle start. They have AR and pistol start, and I think they probably took stats from MCC and realized that most people play Default Slayer compared to Precision Slayer, decided to cater to that market more. Even though they're less vocal, they do take up the majority of the population statistically. I noticed that when I would search Default Slayer, I found lobbies much more diverse and much faster than Precision. And I think it's just due from constant montagers and, you know, people that are grinding kills and wins, slapping up the lobbies, and they choose to not join the Precision ones because they're starting to learn the habits of better players. Did I hear you there?
Can you hear me?
Did you change your mic source?
Yeah, this is a.
No, I mean in the program.
Oh my god.
So if you go to Discord, just hover over the little mic down arrow, and you can choose Xbox or endpoint, it should say, or something like that.
Input device. device.
So that's what we're dealing with right now in terms of what we have for that. We also have some things like SWAT being added. They have that added into the playlist. I believe also unranked. But that again, in terms of population, SWAT is very, very large in terms of player population size and competitive population size too. So it makes sense that I think I get where they're coming from statistically here. But in terms of esports, we don't have a ranked playlist yet like we do with the team playlist. What do you think about that? I can't hear you at all if you're doing a mic check. You don't...
Goatman either.
Goatman's trying to put on his headset to see if he can fix the audio there. We might have to just deal with what we got. Oh,
there we go.
Yep. I heard that.
Well, no, it's not my headset. I literally have.
Ah, shit. We should do this on an Xbox Live party chat next time.
Yeah, or something. But this is all spur of the moment. So
yeah, I'll sync up the video with the stream or whatever. So yeah,
I think since they're consolidating to I guess one platform from every base, I don't see why we don't have why we can't have a precision FFA and a fucking a social whatever AR FFA.
They're drip feeding it because they want to sell the microtransaction stuff.
Yeah, that's a great point. That is actually a really good point. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've been collecting some of the stuff in campaign for the armor coatings and emblems and such. But what I'm thinking that because they're gonna do the way that for at least I haven't completed the campaign yet. I'm probably gonna do it right when I get off this phone call with you guys. But I'm near the end, and I feel like there's gonna be DLC. Like they're gonna be able to expand on the world. They're gonna be able to expand new item unlocks that you can do through campaign challenges or campaign missions, goals, whatever. So I haven't gotten any armor pieces, only skins and emblems though. I feel like
I've seen about this. The stuff that you unlock in campaign, it's really minimal, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like the color that you unlock is very similar to the battle pass colors that you unlock in terms of like overall visibility. I play with an all-white Spartan, and it's like they haven't even announced how to get that one yet. And I'm just like, dude, like it's just my Spartan color. Like I've always been a white Spartan. Like I don't know why I can't fucking play like that. But I think that they need to do like the old Hayabusa approach, in which you do some legendary ass shit. Like there's ways. Like there's speed runs. There's beat the mission in under X minutes, or like get X score or whatever. Like do deathless. Like there's all kinds of ways that they can do this. I think if they love designing armor, we know that. We know they love to fucking sit there and design skins and armor all day. So like, why not do it with armor pieces rather than just this like kind of shallow and pedantic fucking skin coatings?
Yeah, I mean, well, for me personally, Halo's never really been about skins or armor or anything like that. For all I care, we could all be the same fucking same. I mean, I could have gray armor. I don't fucking care. To me, it's about the gameplay. And to me, I feel like they're putting way too much energy into shit that doesn't matter. You know, like if I wanted to fucking get a nice armor or something, I'd play fucking kill some fucking demons and get some fucking whatever the fucking pieces they got. I don't play Halo to collect pieces. I play because I'm a competitive player and I want to play somebody competitive. So I mean, and that's just I can only speak for myself. I mean, not to knock anybody else's thing, or not to knock the campaign guys that speedrun campaign or do whatever they do, or not to knock the people who want to have different experiences in Halo. Maybe I'm just an old Halo player talking about old Halo ideals, But when I played the game, it was to play the game.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for anything else,
I mean, I feel that, man. Have you ever given Halo 2 speedruns a shot?
I mean, no, like, I mean, basically the only time I was,
Oh shit, your mic's cutting out.
the only Halo I really grinded the campaign was CE, and I think the reason we did that is because we didn't have Xbox Live.
Right.
I mean, I'm actually from a time, believe it or not, that was before Xbox Live, and so me and my brother used to sit there and play. We would beat campaign, and then after we were done beating the campaign, we would 1v1 on Hang 'em High, and that's all we did.
Nice.
But as soon as Xbox Live came out, we were like, fuck campaign, man. We don't need to play that shit anymore. We have a lot cooler shit we could do now. You know, now we can play all these people instead of just 1v1ing each other on Hang 'em High every day.
Yeah.
So, you know, as soon as Xbox Live multiplayer came out, I never went back to campaign. For me, there was no purpose.
KX is calling me again. Shit.
Get him in the bloody.
Yeah, he's calling me too.
He's not fucking calling me. What the fuck's going on?
Should I answer it? Hold on, I'm gonna answer it. Hold on. Yo. Yo, what are you doing?
Are you on stream?
Yeah, we're doing the Halo Dickheads podcast right
I'm holding
now.
a really rare hockey card. He needs to join the fucking thing. He's joined the fucking thing. I want to burn it.
Oh, hold on here. Listen. Say that again, Bo.
Okay, I've got a really rare hockey card right now. Yeah, from the 70s. If you don't join the podcast, I'm gonna burn it.
Yeah, you got it.
My voice is not going to be on the podcast, right?
It is right now, but like, we haven't said anything. So, yeah, we're live right now.
Oh, okay. I was going to tell you something important.
Yeah. Just text it to me. I'm here.
Okay.
All right.
1 second. I'm gonna text it to you while you're on the phone. Hold on 1 second, and then I want to get your reaction.
Okay. Let's see what this is.
But just don't say it on live stream. I want to hear what you think though. But hold on.
Okay. Yo, there's a comment on one of our videos I just got a notification for, Bo. It says Hyena is my love from INXY. So you got a little secret admirer there.
Is that you, Goat Man? You being new accounts again?
It's on one of his alts.
I banned all of Goat Man's accounts, so he's making his new one.
All right, let's see here. Is this the text message?
He's got a pulse, man. That's what he's got.
I got hella text messages. Ugh. All right. I'm waiting, Steven. Whenever you're ready. So we're waiting.
Don't announce it, okay? Just don't announce it, all right?
Okay, I won't announce it. Goat, is that a 7-string?
6.
6? Oh, okay. Is that a Schecter? What is that? Jackson? Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. You drop tune that fucker?
Yep. I play a drop D.
Oh man. I should just say this on stream.
No, don't say it on stream.
Why not?
Because I don't want to start a war. Yo, that's fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah. Dude, Halo players are weird. But yo, I'm gonna get back to the podcast.
Alright, now we'll talk later.
All right, I'll call you. All right, see it.
What did he say?
Bro, that I'll tell you guys like off stream and shit. But yeah, like this.
Did he kill all of his servants, or what happened?
Nah, dude, there's just some Halo players are just weird, bro. That's all I gotta say. He just told me some shit about some money shit and like.
I think I know what you're talking about.
All right, where's my lighter? Anyway, so where were we? We're talking.
Goat Man.
What's up?
No, like that's his business. We'll talk off the stream.
Anyway, so blah blah blah. What do I got? What other notes do I got here? Campaign, blah blah blah. Okay, integration of ranked for snipers. Now, we haven't had a ranked snipers playlist, I think, since what? I want to say Halo 3, like a decent one for having like a 1 to 50 ranking system. And then when they brought back MCC, there was no free-for-all no team snipes or anything like that. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that was my first solo grind to a 50 that I ever did in Halo 3. Halo 2, I had like a 30.
Team snipers, to me, I think it's actually arguably more competitive than MLG.
Really?
Yeah, I think so, because you've got people there who are like playing that shit fucking like up close, like fucking like it's the aim. They're so good, it's like an aimbot, and
fucking snipers kids aim is so cracked.
Yeah, thanks.
Honestly, mate, it's like, mate, it's crazy. Like
They
know
grind
some of them. Like you think it looks like they're fucking cheating. They're not. They're that good. They know the game that well. I think it's more skillful than MLG in that sense. I mean, MLG in Halo 3 is good because of the teamwork aspect, I think. But snipers, fucking hell. No.
One of the biggest takeaways that I learned from snipers was the, like, yeah, you always want to get headshots, but in certain situations, like, there's a certain level of play that once you get up to, you have to know how to use the sniper as a defensive maneuver too. Like, if you know someone's going to take your head off, you have to even just like body them and then body them again if need be, so that they don't get the hit on you. So like de-scoping in its own.
And also the same way as like in MLG especially, try to waste their ammo.
Yeah.
So peak. Yeah, that's always a big thing.
Yeah, it's all these little
Another
things.
thing that snipers will teach you, like, a lot, especially if you're not.
How to what?
One thing that snipers is going to teach you is spawns pretty quick, because the kill time is so fast. You start picking up on where they're going to be next, and if you're playing Slayer, it integrates a lot into like if you're playing Team Snipes and then you go to play Slayer, you'll start really picking up on like where their spawns are at, where they're coming next, where as soon as you kill somebody, where they're going to be popping.
You start with teams and you like
100%.
Yeah.
If you like
spawn and positioning are like, at least in the first 3 months. Your positioning and spawns are everything.
Right. It's like playing baseball, man.
Yeah. I feel like, and that actually makes me want to touch on another subject with Infinite. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if they're going to change this, but they have Call of Duty spawns in Halo Infinite. So there is no more holding a position. Now, if you push, they spawn behind you.
Yep.
And if you push that, they spawn behind you.
Yep.
That's Call of Duty spawns. Whereas before...
Even on objective.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll force you top, like there's like top, middle, and like center spawns and shit to offset the base spawns.
Yeah, like now they'll just spawn in the hill. It kind of puts me off in the whole game, the spawning system, because now it's no longer about holding a position, like the process of elimination. You know how before, if you're playing Halo and you have like guys holding half the map, you would make sure that they wouldn't spawn on that half of the map, because you had somebody anchoring every position, so you would narrow them down to a small area.
Right.
But now it's like a fucking...
There's forced randomization that you can't really do with the maps. Like what I've been noticing is like, yeah, you're right, it is Call of Duty spawns. So I'll start reading the plays and reading the game as if I'm watching like, Hardpoint on fucking CDL. Like it's real easy. It's too easy almost.
It's a run and gun kind of game. It's not about positioning anymore.
It's like get a kill, check your back. Get a kill, check your back. Get a kill, check your back.
Get a kill, check your back. Like Call of Duty, get a kill, check your back.
Yep.
Get a kill, check your back.
So it's like Halo, like
I don't believe that. Please tell me that you guys are trolling. I really don't believe that in a 4v4 on what's the map that's symmetrical.
Well, I'm just saying that the way that it's balanced, there's random, like not random, but there's too many spawns in objective.
What's it called? Behemoth, or what the fuck it is?
Behemoth, yeah.
Behemoth, yeah.
If you're doing flag on there, yeah, you can spawn lock. But the problem is like what I'm saying especially is that
map shouldn't be competitive.
The center of the map has neutral spawns that the teams will spawn on off respawn instead of being able to hold a position on people. So it'll force it back behind you in one way or the other. You can't physically, there's not enough people on your team to physically hold that many objective spawn points. There's like 4 bases that need to be held and only 3 players while one's running the flag. So they're going to spawn on that.
Yeah.
They're going to spawn on that one and they're going to spawn on that one and have a fucking pinch. So it's like, if you look at Fritzer's old maps and shit, or like Onslaught CTF back in the day, like you did not spawn fucking top middle. Like you did not, at best you'd get like a bottom center your side spawn against the box, like closely, but like, or the tunnel, but like that was it. Like you didn't get to have a pinch like automatically and have somebody 6.
What do you think of the map pool, like G0atman, what do you think of the map pool?
Sorry.
Infinite.
You guys are breaking that for me.
You guys hear me okay now?
Yeah, it was breaking up for me too a little bit.
You hear me okay now?
I can hear you fine. Yeah, the video's a little choppy.
What do you guys
Yeah.
think of the competitive
Yeah,
map pool?
You look like a fucking. Oh, there you go. I'm gonna say you're all pixelated. You look like a goddamn Minecraft character for a second, but now you're okay.
But what he asked you? What do you think of the map pool? What
Both of you, what do you think of the competitive map pool?
Frozen again.
the competitive map pool? Well, I think there needs to be more Slayer. First off, I think that the oddball game type should only be for upper brackets, just like back in the day, because it's gonna fucking take way too long of game time. Plus, it's I think the rounds ruin the flow of the overall competitive aspect of like we were just talking about.
I don't get that.
Yeah, I get it that there's like, oh, it's not just a huge gap and the end of the game is boring, but it's like they would end the game like at the markers sometimes, like on tournaments. Like you didn't have, like they're trying to make it too much of a spectator sport, in my opinion. Like we were just talking about holding down map position, like with oddball especially setup, like if you were to set that up and just automatically reset the game, and then there's power weapons back up, and the other team, like you have somebody on like camo on Guardian, they're not going to take that.
Game, to me, that punishes people who get the first round in, because
Yes,
they've done the teamwork, they've got the stuff.
they never made a mistake.
Exactly, and now you're giving the other team a chance. Why?
Right.
Why?
To make it, I think it's to make it more of a spectator sport, because they saw that people saw that oddball games where there's a 120-point deficit, like viewers wouldn't watch as closely or whatever. So
Because they wouldn't want to see a blowout.
well,
So they kind of want to reset it.
I guess, but it's like at the end of the day, like I said, they would still end the games at the regulated time. They wouldn't just like sit there for 3 minutes, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there was easy forfeitures and end games like that were justified because literally time was not
that was one
possible.
of the best plays ever. What was it? You guys would know it when it was on oddball.
Oddball Guardian, yep, neighbor.
The guy was trying to play the ball on the branch, and he didn't play it, and they picked it up and won by like 1 second.
What happened, somebody jumped to him, back smacked him, and caught the ball at the same time, took the lift back up, and then while they were getting pressured, he jumped off the map with the ball with like, because the suicide barrier is like 2 seconds down and he needed 1 second, so he jumped off to not get grenaded from the incoming pressure too. Like there's so much more to that play that people don't even see at the end too, because it's like you have to play at that level, and just like if you have ball, you're gonna get fucking naded on camo.
Know that you're gonna get 1 more second of ball.
Yeah,
by falling, in a 2 second fall, you're gonna get your 1 second of time. So it comes
Genius.
down to like.
It just shows that level of like, that's the true testament of that level of gameplay.
Yeah.
Like you can be a 50 in the MLG playlist, but that is fucking like, that's what fucking top 4 looks like.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest. Remember the team chat from the losing team? You got to play that shit, man. You got to play that.
Yeah. Oh man, I couldn't.
Yeah.
It's true though. If he dropped the ball a few seconds before that, while he was on branch instead of holding it for those seconds too. I mean, that could have been nerves. I mean, could be ego for more ball time. There's all kinds of different factors.
I don't think anybody was going to expect that to happen, to be honest, were they?
I mean, but now everybody expects it.
Yeah.
I'm that evolved.
Yeah. I don't know. So another thing that I wanted to mention too is during the tournament, what I really thought was cool. I haven't talked to Goat about this yet, but they during a game on Recharge or whatever it's called, they somebody went and there's this box that you can like it's a box, but you can physically like phase yourself through it so you're inside of it. Like you can just walk through it, right? And there was people hiding in there and then like popping out and shooting people, like getting a kill or two. What?
In tournament?
In tournament, yeah. And then like he went back and hid in the box again. I made a tweet about it like right when it happened too. And like, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
That's I have nothing to say.
Hey man, what about you, Goat?
I'm say until a rule is enforced.
That's right.
It's free game.
That's right. That's right. I said everyone was freaking out in the chat. I said cite the rule in all caps. Cite the rule.
Yep. You gotta start. Managing these rules. And now you're gonna have to get referees involved.
Yeah, and it's like
they kind of want this like plug and play type of thing, but people have to get,
the IQ of these players will break this game.
whenever they're gonna come out with a new game, there's gonna be new glitches, there's gonna be exploits, and then just running the tournament, they gotta start deciding like, this is what's okay, this is what's not okay.
Right.
NLG packet from '05 that reading that shit was like buying a fucking house, man. There's just like so many rules to all of it. You have to go through all of it.
Out of bounds spots on all the maps.
This is allowed on this map. These are the gun settings for this.
Yeah.
So and the rules are going to be changed, but until they decide that it's illegal, it's free game. That's all.
I think, like we spoke about before, that Asian qualifier in Halo 5. Hidden Reach guys, where they got to the semi-finals and got out of was it Coliseum, and they hid.
Yeah, we talked about that last time too. That was funny as fuck.
Oh, absolutely classic.
On the tournament, hey, no written rule, bro. Like there's written rules for Guardian. You can't throw the oddball down on elbow in that little slot. You can't take the oddball down on the little tree at bottom blue.
In H2, you could throw the oddball through the wall in a Warlock.
Yeah.
You just sit there and slay. We would used to throw the ball into the fucking wall, into the crack where the lift is at, and then just slay the fuck out of kids for like.
That's like you come to Goat and Blake's party and you get taught the spawns. Solid 10 minutes on Warlock.
I remember me and Bo were playing one time. You got.
Oh, Goat, man,
you cut out right there.
Spawn kill on me on lock.
Oh, man, you're cutting out like fuck, mate.
I don't know if you kept it or not. Your camera's frozen too. So.
Try to say it again.
Yeah.
Are we good?
Oh man, disconnect your Wi-Fi and reconnect and join again.
I think it's
He's frozen. I can't even hear him.
I think
it's
I'm good
Discord.
now. I think I'm good.
There we go.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Okay. I think we're good now. Yeah. I forgot what I was on about, but whatever.
You said something about a kill on
basically,
lockout.
Yeah, spawn. Oh, me and Bo were playing one time. He spawn stuck me from. He was at like BR3 and I was at like Snipe 2, and we were 1v1 and he fucking spawn stuck me from like across the map. But then he didn't even bother to save it. He's like, "Oh, it's not good enough."
Did you see mine that I hit on the S3 ramp over to S2 Godspawn?
Yeah.
No.
I hit a select spawn stick. I jumped on the I was on the ledge right where snipe, the little ramp that leads up to the snipe plat. I was on the lip right there, but not on the platform, but on the lip, like where you have to jump over to shortcut. I was on that, and I was jumping, and I was holding select, and I threw a grenade, and I got a fucking spawn stick on somebody at fucking Godspawn when we were playing fours.
Man, you guys make me want to fire up my Xbox.
Yeah.
When's the last time you played Halo 2, Goat, man?
What's up?
When was the last time you played Halo 2?
Fuck, how long has it been, Blake? Since I played.
I feel like it's been months. It feels
it's
like
been
it.
like months, man. It's been months.
I've been playing it on and off, just like after I grind some Halo campaign or something, I'll hop on Halo 2 for a few games and.
You guys need to get Insurgency Sandstorm, man. Seriously, us three as a team, that'd be so good.
Insurgency Sandstorm, man. I have to look that up.
Is that for the box?
It sounds like a war game.
Yeah, no, it's like during the Iraq War sort of thing. It's like, when you get those guys who are like Milsim and they're playing the game and they're wearing the helmets and Bravo 2 and all that shit. It's like that. I fucking love it, mate. I love it.
Yeah,
So
do
clearing rooms?
Do you always play as a Nazi, and if you're not a Nazi, you quit the game and go back in?
You can't play as them in that game, unfortunately.
They just have they just have better tanks and weapons, bro. It's one-sided as fuck.
We're gonna make a little SS platoon. We're gonna have the little SS.
What was the Black Ops one where you used to be able to make your emblem? I remember I had the Derlvanger fucking crossed grenades.
Oh yeah. They got hella flack for that. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm not playing them new ones though with the fucking
Don't censor
Like,
history, man. Like you gotta make. If
yeah,
you're gonna make a fucking World War II
what do you
game,
think of
make
the
it
new
World War
Warzone?
II. You know what I mean?
I played the new Warzone with my cousin the other day, and like I can deal with the attachments and shit, but like fucking like gunning down fucking women with afros and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Yeah, yeah. No, really though. No, really, all the characters in that, you can use any game's character from any other Call of Duty game. So it's just this wacky fucking Sesame Street of a fucking battle royale right
I
now.
couldn't have. I play as that Kitsune, that hot, sexy Japanese woman, but I couldn't see my player model in the game.
Right, right.
No.
You can't.
I gotta download that game, but I mean that thing's like 200 gigs. My little cheap ass PC, that's like my whole hard drive.
I know that's a problem with them. You gotta get an external just to play their game.
Yeah. Yo, I'm actually thinking about installing Halo Infinite though, man. I don't think I'm gonna be playing that game.
Dude, yeah, give it a shot.
I just don't think
Give the campaign a shot, man. Just just play through it. It's hella good.
I don't care. I don't care.
When's the Forge supposed to be out? Because I'm with G0atman because I think it has a really good foundation. They have no excuse to have such limited features, and it puts me off. Because to me, I find that honestly, it sounds stupid, but I find it like it's a fuck you to me. It's like, oh, we'll launch with less features than what you used to. Fuck you, just deal with it. It's free. Doesn't work like that.
It's fucked.
Somebody told me about Infinite that they're not going to be putting classic maps in that game.
No, they're gonna leave it to the Forge community. The Forge is supposed to be really good.
Year?
And so we're going to get some kind of piece together Frankenstein fucking classic map.
No. Dude, bro, honestly, like Fritzer's still around. All these old MLG guys are still around. They're itching for it, man. Like I've talked to him on Twitter. He's a hella cool dude. Yeah, man. Like I have full confidence that there's going to be some really cool shit coming out for what the community makes. Because
my personal opinion is, I mean, their new maps they came out with are fucking terrible. Like
that's 343 though. That's not Fritzer.
The map design. One thing that made a lot of these, like if you look at H2 and H3, one thing that made these maps so good is they were like medium-sized maps, and they had good lines of sight.
Yeah.
And like if you had snipe, you were able to like rotate, or like say you're playing Beaver Creek, you have a line of sight across. You can see the other base. If you're playing Lockout, you can see across the map. There's open areas. If you're playing Sanctuary, there's huge lines of sight if you're on ring 2 and you're like looking from map side to side. And I feel like with these newer maps, like you get a little sliver the other side of the map, a tiny bit, but besides that one little window you get, everything else is boxed off in the little rooms, and it turns into this like
Call of Duty.
Weird, Call of Duty. You're in these tiny rooms, these 10-foot areas, getting into these like little gunfights. There's not a lot of like line of sight in these maps. Everything's hallways.
Even if there's line of sight, is that you can sprint away. So in a live wire, the middle room reminds me of Long Haul on Pit and Halo 3. But the problem is that if you're challenging on that, you can literally just turn and sprint away. The sprint's not as bad as it was in the older games, but it shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be there. And I thought they learned. About sprint. I thought, okay, well they learned. They're going to take it away now. We're going to go back to a classic field, and then we're right back to the sprint, right back to the clamber, right back to all this shit. And it's like,
I'd say increase the movement speed. And
that's why I was like, I just can't see myself wasting another 5 years of my life playing a game like that. Like, I could have done it with H5.
Yeah, exactly. That's my whole point with it too. I love the like I said, the campaign, great money spent, fucking great, whatever. But multiplayer to me is like, BR starts, I guess I can get around because I play a lot of COD, so it translates a little bit. But I'm never gonna grind it like I would Halo 2. Like it's just not there.
I quite like that Commando actually in Infinite. But when you get a perfect in that, it's like fucking quite enjoyable.
You've been using those hacks, haven't you?
You know what I do? One ever. He was like AFK. So.
Right.
I'm like the guy who's just bashing Infinite into the dirt. But another thing I hate about that fucking game, since we're on the Commando, or really any of the precision, or call that a precision gun, that's where.
I feel weak.
The recoil with bloom, you can have one or the other, but to have recoil and bloom, it takes away all the precision, like how you were talking about earlier, like, go, you know, you're a really good sniper, this, and that, right? I would throw you the snipe, right? In that game, you get punished for accuracy. And you get punished for your speed. So they.
I completely agree. I think the hitboxes are tied to the frame rate. So I'm playing on 30 on the original Xbox, and
Yeah.
I'm making the sniper as fast as I can. And it is really fast on the game. I can make it fast.
Mhm.
When I know from sniping for years that it should
Yeah.
hit. I get that like sense. It just doesn't hit. I
Yeah.
think it's tied to the frame rate. I really do. I really do.
Yeah. And you're talking, I mean, audience, you're talking to two guys that probably have 35, 40 years of Halo sniping under our belts combined.
Yeah, yeah.
And you don't go from hitting your shots for decades and then all of a sudden you run across one game
Blank,
and
yeah.
you're missing your
Yeah.
shots. And they're like, no, it's just because you're missing your shots. It's like, no.
Yeah, don't worry like that.
No. That's not what it is. They built in a lot of things to nerf a lot of the highly top tier skilled players to be at the same pace as your average player. That way, your average player can feel like a badass and go in and win games.
That's what Blake
Right.
said. He said it was an artificial difficulty to handicap seasoned players.
Yeah,
And
they
I agree.
handicap it.
I
The
really
thing
do.
is, and from being an average player to being a great player, it's just a matter of inches. It's not a matter of it's not like a long shot. It's that clutch last shot, and they took our clutchness away when they made it where if I snipe you and my gun kicks up, but then Blake walks in the room, I got to realign my shot on the next shot, and that little split second is the difference between life and death, you know. And realigning that shot for a half second completely
It's not part of
takes
the
away
original
all
Halo
your
formula.
reaction.
It's
It,
not
it
part of
takes away
the.
your reaction.
Yeah.
You know, two guys walk in the room and you want to go bam, bam. You can't do it. It's like bam.
And as a
bam, you're
Spartan,
dead.
according to the lore, you should be able to do that, unfortunately. And they're just adding these artificial little fucking fuck ups to.
Yeah, that quarter of a second, that's the difference between life and death in Halo.
The TTK.
And it's like, what's up?
The TTK, yeah.
Yeah, it's so small, people don't notice it. But when you do something like that, it's almost like trying to line up your shot, and then every time you go to shoot, someone kind of bumps your shoulder. You shoot, you know, and then you're realigning everything. It fucks everything up.
I found that
So,
you can break, I think, the hitboxes with lightning snipes, though. If you just spam only lightnings, I seem to be hitting way more accurately than trying to scope in and
I've
follow
done that
shots.
too. I've been like the quick scoping, lightning sniping. Like I've done that, and I know I hit the fucking waist, and it's got me a headshot.
Yeah,
It just kind of like
it's so weird. It's so weird. It's inconsistent, but it's like I feel like if people start realizing that, we'll see a lot more of it in competitive gameplay, and hopefully the sniper will be utilized more, and then maybe that'll lead them to fixing the fucking thing. I don't know, because like we can have no bloom, fucking like DMRs back in reach. I'm sure we can augment the bullet velocity and physics of the fucking gun in multiplayer.
I mean, you're telling a group of a company that's notoriously known for fucking things up to make something right, and I don't know. I've kind of like lost faith a long time ago. So
Well, just like their campaign says, humans fuck up and make mistakes, but you got to keep going. 343, listen, and listen good, because we got nothing but good ideas here. Because you want to know why they're good ideas? Because we lived them already. This ain't opinion.
yeah, I mean, we got. I don't know. Between all three of us, I don't know how many years of Halo experience. I mean, fuck. 343 is 20 minutes away from my house. I could just go there, but I probably have security. I probably have security tackle department.
Your eyes lit up, Bo, so fucking fast.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's loving it. You gonna come out to Seattle, Bo? Me and you gonna go pay a visit to 343?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. All right, you guys got any more topics you want to talk about?
I watched The Prestige the other day.
Oh, yeah?
My missus showed me, and I thought it was quite good. Have you guys seen that?
What is that?
It's a film with Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale about two magicians back in the 1800s trying to one-up each other. It ends up getting nasty.
Christian Bale's
It's really,
in
really
there?
good.
Holy fuck, let me look this up.
Really good.
I'm gonna write this down on my notes. What's it called?
The Prestige.
All right.
Prestige.
I'm gonna watch that
You might
tonight.
want to. It's gonna be a movie night right there.
Exactly. I'm gonna watch that tonight, son. Yeah. I've been watching this new show on Netflix. I just started watching. It's called Peaky Blinders. Have you guys seen that?
Oh yeah, it's got Oswald Mosley in it, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I like that. I'm only like 3 episodes deep, but I'm liking it so far. It's pretty cool.
He's got that crazy like shaved head with the fucking hair off to the. He's got that crazy haircut.
You guys seen Mad Max 2?
Oh, dude, when I was a kid, yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
I had to
rewatched
rewatch it.
recently. So good.
Hell yeah.
So
That Mad Max remake that they did.
I really liked it. Everybody slated it, but I thought it was really good.
When he was like sniffing the silver paint. Remember that one guy?
There's Witness Me or whatever. Yeah.
Witness Me, yeah, that's it. Witness Me, that was my favorite shit. Witness Me. I remember when that came out, Xbox, we were saying that every time we hit a clip or something, we were like, Witness Me. What's from that movie? Yeah. Like, do some crazy shit, grab the oddball. Yeah. Witness Me.
Funny as fuck.
Yeah. The dumb shit people see on Xbox Live.
Yeah. Funniest one was Hustler, that big team battle one, with the guy in the alley. Still cracks up now.
He's like the guy in the alley with his. Yeah, I remember that one. That was on Big Team Battle on.
Yeah, District.
Yeah, District. I was like, it's the giant turf.
He's down the alley where the guy has his cock. What did he say exactly?
Yeah.
That shit, I was dying laughing.
It still makes me laugh nowadays when I think about it.
He's been playing. He's been playing metal shows and
you can hear
shit
me wheezing
recently.
'cause I'm laughing so hard. Like, funny as fuck.
Oh man, there's some classic ones, man.
Yeah.
Remember that time Hustler hit the fucking Nair ×2 or something on what was that map? It was me. Yeah. And they had like my point of view, and it was just me SMGing the dirt or like the sand.
I'm blocking the spawn.
Yeah. Oh god, man. Good times.
Jesus Christ, I remember being up at like 3 a.m. And you're like, we're not getting off till I hit a Jaro.
Oh, remember when I said that shit?
Jesus Christ.
So me and Blake were playing like 2 or 3 months ago. I think it was 3 months ago. I can't remember. But I remember we were playing fours on H2, and I was like, yeah, I'm not getting off until I hit a Jaro in 4v4. And he's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, you know.
I said, bet.
I don't know. He was kind of quiet about the whole thing. But I was like, for like an hour straight, I was like, I'm going to hit this fucking Jaro. I'm not going to go to bed till I hit it. And then the very next game, boom, I hit a Jaro. And I'm like, all right, shut up, my Xbox.
Yep. I said, bet. Let's do it. I think it was on Ascension.
Yeah, it was on Ascension. Yeah.
I think I was top mid or some shit, like shooting the fucking Banshee pad.
Yep.
I don't remember.
Fucking Halo's a grind, man. You try to hit a clip, bro. You just gotta keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and eventually, you know.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I used to get so stressed, like really, like breaking things, like girlfriends unsatisfied and telling them to fuck off, and I'm trying to fucking do these weird shit. You know what I mean? Like, it gets that intense, like.
Yeah, man.
Because it's one of those things that like you're doing it because, for me, it was always about breaking limits. Like you think, oh, I've discovered this. Let me try to do this.
Yep.
It's against another human, that sort of thing. It's like that sort of thing. So when I failed, it'd be angry at myself.
Right.
Well, the thing is, you were attempting things that were against the odds. Like,
yeah.
Where the majority of people would have took the safe route, you decided like, no, I'm gonna do the thing that probably isn't gonna work. And when it worked, it became like history. Like it became epic. Like there were so many clips that you hit that if I was in that position, I wouldn't have gone for what you went for. I would have went for the safer, more guaranteed play. You know, like where you're like, oh shit, I'm on atrocity, and you're like, you know what's a good idea? I think I'm gonna start quad shotting every everybody. And like where me, I go for the guaranteed Jaro. I tried to 4-shot to get the Jaro, and then right. But he was doing things like you'd be on some epic clip, and then you'd be like, I'm gonna 360 no scope this guy for the last.
That's the point, because it's the when you're at the top of the thing, at the end of the thing, to finish it on something crazy it's the best feeling. But I always thought ending part is always good. And as I started playing more, I always preferred to like if you look at a lot of my later videos, it's more like triples and kill tags, but all with really good kills in each one.
Yes.
Instead of like boring average stuff, and then the end kill's good.
Right. Oh shit, I'm lagging up a bit here.
Yeah, like having predictable kills or having a predictable, okay, and here comes the shot.
Uh-oh.
Well, Goatman like that.
Goatman's lagging.
Like,
Uh-oh.
But I'm just saying, like, it's like it's like building your money up to this big pile of money, and then like letting it go all in and just like winning the whole house. Yeah. Like that's what you do. Like where most people would be like, oh, I made $700,000. I'm gonna play it safe. You're like, fuck it, I'm gonna throw the whole
way.
Yeah.
Whole 700,000 in. And then boom, the odds are against you, and you hit. You know, God only knows how many clips you got that never saw the day of light. You know, I bet you have so many fucking fails, it's ridiculous. But it's because of that. It's because of that is why you have the crazy clips that you got.
Oh, well, the one that pissed me off.
When people were only talking about
the one that pissed me off the most was during Mastery. It was a narrows. It was a barrel launch in an FFA where there was only 2 people. I remember I was literally spinning around. I remember for the overkill, I hit my man cannon while spinning still. With there's 2 other people there.
Yeah.
I got the spawns just right in FFA, so that happened. I remember that corrupted, and I still remember that now because it fucking still angers me. It's one of the best clips I've ever got, ever. Nobody ever see it.
God damn.
Yeah, because it's just like people don't realize, but when you see these crazy clips, there's like a way bigger pile of clips that were even crazier that no one will ever see because it was just one shot away from being that crazy clip. You know?
Yeah.
What's your favorite clip you ever got, Goatman?
I've tossed out so many trucks. Like, like the Jaro will just be like basic.
Clip I ever got?
A single nade. What?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I've got some crazy clips, man. I'll say this, that as far as like Halo goes, like I've pretty much hit damn near everything I've ever wanted to hit. You know, I guess there's some moments that were crazy. I can name off a few things, but I don't know if I have a favorite, man.
What about the Dime Day? You got Jaro on Dime Day as my hero.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, dude. Fucking Dime Des played. You know, Blake. You know who Dime Des is?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he won the first montage competition, right?
Right.
And fucking, I remember we're on WhatsApp and like Hustler and Hyena are like talking about Dime Des is online, and then Hustler was like, "Yo, like," he was like, "Bo, you gotta clip him," or Bo was like, "Yeah, I gotta get a clip on him." You know, that's one of my idols right there. And I sent him a screenshot. Yeah, I was like, that same day he was playing Dime Des was playing FFA with me, and I hit a fucking Jaro on him. On my last clip, my last bullet, I had no shield, 1 bullet left, and I hit him with the Jaro as he was coming up and lift. And I screenshot it to Bo, and he was like,
"Yeah, I wasn't happy when I saw that."
No, he wasn't happy.
I think I messaged him something nice like, "Oh, that's really cool, Goatman." I was like, there, like fucking clawing my fucking head.
Oh no.
Yeah, like Dime Des was pouring too. So yeah, I was like, it's always this thing where it's like, you know, with people who are trying to hit clips, is you show somebody a clip or you show somebody something, and then they want to outdo you, and then you want to outdo them, and then it just gets crazier and crazier and crazier. And it got to a level near the end where I was like, all right, I don't think anybody's ever going to be beating any of this shit that we're doing now. You know, like that fucking quad fucking Jaro you got.
Yeah.
You know, quad frenzy, quad Trossi, quad Jaro at the end of that.
Yeah, and they were all perfect quads as well. Which,
dude, like I was like, I'll never do that. I'll never do that. That's never. No one's going to do that.
That's the thing. That ain't true, because I used to think about every other thing. I see like a play. I'm like, I ain't gonna get that shit. It demoralise me. I think, fuck that. Let's fucking try. Again, anything's possible. I know how the game works, so I'm gonna try and manipulate the variables to make it slightly more possible. want
Yeah.
you do it, it's going to happen. If you're skillful enough, you're dedicated, you can do anything, man, in these things.
Yeah, that's I
Yeah,
had
no,
the
I believe it. I believe that too. I have a famous saying I always live by, and that's winners create their own luck. And as much, I guess this circles back down to the very first thing we talked about. Who was it with formal or whatever with the whole connection thing? Was it formal that we were talking about?
yeah.
Yeah, winners create their own luck, man. And we all do everything that we can to put the odds in our favor.
Right, right.
But I think at the end of the day, one thing that whether we're montaging or playing on a competitive level, all we're all trying to do is just trying to be great. So it is what it is, right?
It's like, to me, it's like proving to my younger self a lot of the times too. It's like, yeah, it's cool to share the clips with everybody, and like, but like really at the end of the day, there's that inner kid voice in the back of my head, that like 13-year-old kid that like used to watch all these old school montages and these MLG pros, and is like, that all that time that kid put into the game, is still there. And like, when I came back to this, it was like kind of finishing off what I wanted to start almost.
I was just about to say that. It's like it was like unfinished business, and that's what it was for me in Halo 2 also. When MCC came back, I was like, I'm gonna get a second chance to do what I never did as a kid.
Yeah.
And
hitting my fucking my Nair and in that Furion lobby, and then hitting my fucking quad RRBX Jaro, that was my, like, I knew in my head, like Bo was talking about earlier, there was days and nights, like, I would dream of fucking FFAs, man. Like, I would wake up, like, grind 8 hours, not hit it, fucking get pissed,
I know that one.
go to bed, get fucking, like it was just, it's all that I thought about, and it's weird now that Infinite's out and all this stuff. It's like, I'm glad that I did it, like, before, like, it became what it is now. Because
there's
no way to prove anything in Infinite right now.
That window of opportunity for all that to happen has come and gone. I mean, I look back now at CC and I'm like, damn, like you said, when I hit that German Dantes. I don't want to be saying too much, but I say this: I got some journalists on damn everybody, everybody.
Your voice is cutting out a little bit. What was it? Sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I've hit a clip on damn near everybody. The thing is a lot of these people that I hit clips on, it was a window of opportunity, and if you weren't on top of it at that time, it'll never happen. I got this one clip where I out VR Hustler for the Frenzy, and I do a 180 spawn kill VXR on Llama for the Atrocity, and then I nade shot this guy for the Jarno. No, Llama's no longer with us. Rest in peace, Llama. But I mean, that window of opportunity of him being there, like, it'll never happen again. Dime is playing. I don't know if he ever is going to ever play again,
And I just want to make a note on Goat's clip right there. If you guys don't know Goat, he can fucking turn and burn a BXR while looking still because of the way that his controller's set up. So when you watch something like that, like, it's so unique because those physics aren't used by too many people, if that makes sense.
It's kind of like, it's multitasking.
Yeah.
It's not, most people have to sacrifice a movement for another. I do it all at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
So like watching those clips back is really intense because it takes a high mind in Halo to understand what's actually going on, down to those things. And that's what makes it more appreciative.
Say this, I'm gonna take myself off of the focus and put it on Bo because my clips are not shit versus Bo's clips. Dude, he does crazy shit. I'll say it like this: I'm very accurate, I'm very consistent, but I'm not flashy. He's all the flash.
Right.
I'm kind of almost predictable in the way I play, but I'm very efficient at killing people. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
UBR3
like,
with
if
a
you
snipe.
need everybody dead, I'll kill everybody. Snipe. He's a razor sharp katana, and I'm like a sledgehammer. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty, man. But I make sure everybody goes. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he just does it with such grace, like, balancing
That's
on
the thing.
top.
Like, that's the thing, because I fuck up so many times doing the things, then eventually it works. Or I mean, lightning sniper, when I'm in the zone, I can do it consistently.
Yeah.
If it came to like a competitive thing, I said, I'd throw the sniper to Goatman any day.
No, it's it.
Any day.
Well, shit.
Nice. Anything else?
Cool, let's talk about other things. Let's talk about films and shit, like fucking anything.
All right. How long are we going right now?
What kind of films, Bo?
Oh, hentai, damn. I know you like that shit.
Snuff films?
I've watched some of them recently, fucking hell.
This is about to turn into the podcast after hours. We're gonna have to like cut it now.
We did that last time. We can do that if you guys
after
want.
hours. Is this where I pull out my my AK?
Yeah.
Start talking about films.
So subscribe to all of our Twitch and get white labeled into our after hours podcasts where you can see Goatman's AK.
You can see
Don't forget to
Goatman
like,
take
comment,
the
subscribe.
ball of his butthole.
All right.
Don't
I'm gonna
forget
end the
to like,
stream
comment.
right now for the for that. I'm actually all right. This is gonna go on YouTube. Bada bing, bada boom.